Before we carry on, I just wanted to say Happy Christmas. Hope you have a good one, and hope Santa brings all good things to you. And then secondly, did you have a good Christmas? Did Santa bring all what you wanted, blah blah blah. And thirdly, we're fishing New Year's Eve. Now, I did do a bit of fishing before Christmas. For some unknown reason, the computer decided it wasn't going to let me upload a video, so I couldn't get one out. So I thought I'd do it now, just before New Year, and do it that way. As you can see, we're not fishing at Lenwide, but we are back at Aldeby. I think it's Aldeby Hole Fishery. Like I said, it's New Year's Eve, and I'm going to be fishing right through till Thursday. So we're going to have a nice New Year's Eve here, and well, for me, a bit of a chill out. Although I think midnight the fireworks will be going off here, there and everywhere. Pretty much set up. The fortress is up. Just getting the sling. So you can see, just take a quick peek behind you. Fortress is up, excuse me, arm and eye. And all sort of a bit of a here, there and everywhere. So we are almost set. Look that round there. Just get my sling out, got my net to go out next, and then I'm going to start getting the rods out and sit down and put the kettle on once I've tied myself up. So I'll do that, and we'll get back to you. Right, relatively speaking, we are all good to go. The right hand rod is on the CC Moore live system. Is where that fountain would have been. It's more sort of, I don't know if you see it very well, the fountain would be over there. That's in between that margin there, we have had it before. The left hand rod is a little further, not far from where I had it before in the summertime, just a little bit further out, sort of in between where I was and in between the reeds. And that's the one that's got the bloodworm on it, with the bloodworm pellet coated in the bloodworm cloudy mix, we call it liquid. So hopefully 2 different baits on to start with. And I'm having my first cup of coffee as well. So all is good, and that's all been delivered out, express delivery by the HMS Atom. So this time round, instead of launching out the lead, I've gone for the slightly more different approach, quiet approach, and see what happens. The mix I've got is, I'll show you a bit later on. Well, that's actually, I just dumped some inside the margins just so I can see what it looked like. When it went in, it looked quite a nice little scatter. It's all basically, the mix is basically just literally a crumbed up boilies for the half bags I've had left over from before. Just bung them into in my little tub, and then put a little bit of hemp oil on top for the attraction, and a little bit of CC Moore's added attraction, that liquid betaine, that's what we call it, just to see what happens basically. So I haven't gone for a big food mix, I've just gone for a very small attraction based my hook bait in the middle of it. If they want to pick and choose as they want, or at least they can, you know. So yeah, that's how I've got it at the minute. I will show you the mix a little later on. As it stands at the minute, we have the lake to ourselves. There's no one else here apart from me. Just 1 or 2 in the other lake. I think on the day session there might be down night, I don't know. But yeah, we're almost a flat calm, and it's absolutely peaceful. Very quiet indeed. Except the pheasants. Right, well, that's it for a minute. Just going to sit back, watch the water, drink my coffee, and see what happens. And as per normal, you can watch them. Hopefully we'll get a ripper. A ripping screamer. Right, I meant to say earlier, which I completely forgot, my left hand rod on the If I might say I can't remember if I have not, then I'll tell you again. The boiler head is a 15mm bait. It's a bloodworm from Sticky Baits. What I've done is I've chopped the top of it off and the side bit to make it a little bit smaller. Got a 12mm, chopped it in half, and then put them together. The reason for that is because I want it just to sit, hopefully, sort of just a little bit off the bottom, kind of like in a kind of a wafter effect. That's over a bed of, like I said before, I think I said the pellet. The bloodworm pellet coated in the claddy bloodworm liquid. Yeah, I meant to say that, but I completely forgot. Anyway, just a quick update. It is now come to 3 o'clock. It is now, sun is going down, and the chill is now starting to slowly kick in. Hence why I put on thingy bobs, my hat, which I actually remember to bring this time. So yeah, nothing much has happened. There's been a few little fish, little roach and whatnot jumping over the baits. Apart from that, at the minute, I haven't seen any fish showing, moving around, or anything whatsoever. Apart from the little roach doing their little roachy thing. It won't be long before dark gets here, so you'll probably look at another hour-ish, give or take. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Not time to give yet, anything can happen. Well, I think with that clear, we're going to have a clear sky tonight, and I think that temperature's going to drop down probably. Ooh, cold. I can probably imagine about if we don't get a light frost in the morning, if we do. I haven't checked my weather app yet, so I don't know. Right, that's enough of me jibber japs, and then I'll continue as I was. Keep you updated as we go through. Right, it's now 4:30. As you can see, the light is dulling quite dramatically. Let's get a bit more like getting light like that. As you can see, I've got my thermals on. The temperature has dropped dramatically. Really is turned cold. And I'll say this will probably be the last entry until midnight, if I am still awake. I've been nodding off in the chair. If not, then that'll be it to see in the morning job, or if I get a fish for the night, to see in the night. Otherwise, I'll say it now, have a happy new year, drink responsibly, enjoy yourselves, and celebrate as you would for the new year, for the 2020. I've now got to batten down the hatches a bit, give that a little inlay inside, because I do keep the draft out, and start thinking about having some tea, because I'm getting hungry and I'm starting to get cold, and I'm going to get in there with a damn sort of warmer. But yeah, like I said, it's getting dark, it's getting cold. I don't know if you can see that. So it's definitely going to probably be a frost in the morning. Looks like a bit of clear sky. Moon is up. I'm not sure what side that is, or waning or crescent, not sure. But one thing is for sure, it's certainly dropping temperature. So I shall crack on, do what I've got to do there. Get myself some tea on the go, and with a bit of luck we'll see you through the night. Celebration for the midnight. If failing that, see you first in the morning. So as for now, happy new year, have fun, and I've got to go and cook myself some tea and have a cup. Right, well, good morning. It's now past excuse me, it's now 7:30. I've been up since 6:30. I just sort of laid in out, doze. Got up at 7, had a quick wee wee, and put the kettle on. As you can see, we have the first cup of the morning. Right, as you probably gathered by the morning, nothing happened last night. Oh, by the way, Happy New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's. Then he said Eve. I'm still half asleep. Yeah, so Happy New Year. 2020 now. I suppose you're all lying in bed hungover. I'm lying here thinking to myself, I should be hungover. Temperature dropped really cold last night. It was quite significant. I didn't that bad. I had to put my little thing up, which I don't normally do. It's like cold breeze, not a lot, just a little breeze popped in the old bivvy, sort of chilled up a little bit. So I thought putting this up here worked an absolute treat. Kept everything out, it kept me nice and warm in here as well. So I was in bed by 11. So I didn't give you the New Year's Eve in. Pardon me. As they say. Because I got in there, I was tired anyway. I started to nod off and I thought. The next time I heard the faults go off and then had a beep on the left hand rod at 2 o'clock this morning. And then pretty much after that I was out like well. Which is pretty good for me because I don't usually sleep the first night on a lake. So yeah, nothing that much has happened. Got my beep and that's about it. The abundance of wildlife is unbelievable. But when they were quiet, my God was it quiet. It was absolutely peaceful, dead quiet planet. There wasn't a single noise, a single sound. You could have heard a pin drop, to be honest with you. But you know what the wildlife are like. There's more of it down here than I thought. Consider it's winter. Yeah. A lot more than I thought. Apart from that, nothing to report at the minute. So what I will do, I'll get back to you shortly. Drink a cup of coffee and I think I've got another half an hour, 8 o'clock, let's put the breakfast on. And have another cuppa. So leave it there and right. Just a quick update. It's now coming up to 9:20. I've seen no fish show whatsoever or heard any splashes other than a pike splash. There's 5 little jacks in there apparently, just to keep the roach population there because it's quite horrendous. So what I've decided to do, I've had a slight change in my bait. I've just made a quick rig up because the sparblers in here. And what I've got the Hinders fruit salad 12mm on a size 8 trig hammer hook from ESP, tungsten putty from Gardener Tackle, and that's all hooked up to the ESP tungsten weedy green. And the sleeve is the Avid Carp one, which is the new inline I think call it or something or other. So that's the rig. That's the one bait, and that's got to be over a bed of pellet. Roger stood out there in a minute. So yeah, it's just a case of now changing tactics and see what happens. It is bait chopping and changing to see what works the most. It's fairly clear water at the minute, so therefore I'm going for a bright coloured bait. The other one I'm going to, because it's white and has a massive amount of traction, smells really nice, Supreme Cream. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to chop that down a bit and stick on top in the snowman style cherry bonbon, again because of the visualisation things, and it's got a bit of attraction in it as well. Now both be with a bed of pellet, so obviously when the pellet breaks down still leaves a smell there, and I'll hopefully smell that and come in amongst my my hook bait. So that's what I'm going to do, that's the plan. If that don't work, I'll try something else. For the minute, I'll just finish my cup of coffee. In about, like I say, about 10 minutes, I'm going to bring my rods in and have a change of bait. Probably locate a different place as well. Where at the minute, I don't know. So I'm going to have a, like I say, drink a cuppa, stand there then, have a quick look into the water. I think where I'm going to place my baits to see where I think they could possibly be. So enough waffle. Rig's made up, keep the other one as the same. It's not main rig style, it's on the sliding D rig. And that's it. So Get back to you in a bit. Happy New Year. Right, the other rig has got the cherry bonbon and the Supreme Cream. I've chopped the Supreme Cream top off it and chopped a little piece of the cherry bonbon on the bottom of it, so it's just like a perfect little snowman rig. Again, same rig as before. That's the I think that one's the Avid two-tone one, or Reflo you want to call it, and obviously the trick hammer hook size 8. Small baits, small hook. Not much tide come back on that, so I might be tempted to stick it back out there again. I don't know yet, we'll see. But I've also dipped it in some of that as well, just to give this little bit of attraction. So I'm going to stick out there with a bit of pellet. Might put a few little ones in it. I have yet to see. That's the bait. That's what I'm going to do for now. The sun is slowly coming out. So I'll put the other bait out already. I'll show you how I put it in a little while. And I'll go from that. So I'll get this sorted out. And left hand one. It's gone over there. Into that. Sort of, I couldn't resist it. There's a little couve in there. And I've put it just before it. And the other one is in line with that corner. In line with that peg. It's sort of going outwards. In line with that. A little further over the field because I've seen some bubbles. Yesterday I knew when I pulled up. And I see some a little while before I put it out there. So where that, hang on, I'll zoom in a bit. Where that swim is, there, that corner, go out a little bit further forward that way. So it's just past my swim area. Not too bad because I've got bellies behind me, so we should be alright. So that's where the baits are at the minute. Yeah, the sun is coming out, as you can see it's up there. So it's going to be a little bit warmer, which is a good thing. Was recommended zigs, but if the sun does come out, but I've never caught on zigs. I'm not a big zig fan anyway. I just rely on the baits up over and the attraction of rant to pull up. So at the minute that's all I've done. Phase 2 of the course. It's just a case of keep chopping and changing. Put little bits here, there and everywhere just to see basically where they are, to be honest with you. That's all you can do. The lake, as you know, have been before many times. It's not very big. Plenty of fish in here, but it's not easy water to fish by all means. It is if you know what you're doing and you fished it every day, so forth. But I don't. I pick up pieces as they come down. But like I said before, it is my first winter fish here. It is the 1st of January 2020. Let's see if we can get a fish for the new year. Fingers crossed, eh? So, alright, all ready. It's phase 2 of the bait change. I do have phase 3. And I can stay another night if I want to. After tomorrow it is. So I'll see how it pans out. We'll go from there. So I'll put you over there. You could view the rods. Because I'm nice like that. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on them. Well, afternoon. It's now coming up to 4 o'clock, and as you can see the night is drawing in again. I didn't film much at all this afternoon, simply because after the recharge with baits and stuff like that, nothing really much happened. It was just too quiet. The only thing that is active is the pike. They are having a good feast, which is more than I say for the carp. And we'll be 3rd cup of coffee this afternoon. It has been pretty chilly. The sun was out earlier on this morning, which is quite nice. That warmed up a little bit, but then as soon as that sun went away, the cloud came over. Yeah, the temperature dropped down a little bit. So hopefully, what we'll get an overcast night. if I don't, it's just got to be another cold one like it was last night. And I'll be tucked up in my bed a lot earlier. It's a damn sight a lot warmer in there, especially for my feet. Which brings me to a point of, it is quite important to wrap up warm when even if you do a day session. Always bring an extra pair of clothes, always bring some spare socks, or lack of, which I didn't do, thicker socks. But there you go, I know for next time. Thinking it's got to be this cold, I was wrong. Never mind, that's fishing, so you know, always lesson to be learnt. If you do this night sight, for those who are just started out, make sure you always got a hot drink and hot food in you. There's nothing worse than being cold and miserable. So you can get fed up with it and pack up and go home. Then that's your fishing session over and done with. So just make sure if you do it, even with day sessions, you know, wrap up warm, keep yourself warm. If you're warm, you're happy. If you're happy, you're fishing. And not feeling the miserableness. It has been a tough session so far. Still got the same baits out. I haven't touched them. I was going to change them earlier on. I decided against it. I'll give it a whirl. If I walk home with a blank today, or this session, I knew it's got to be tough going. I knew it would be. It's a hard lake to fish anyway. It's even harder in the winter. But small baits and small hooks, small presentations is what I've been told. So I've been sort of kept that and just done a pellet and a small bait presentation approach. Just to keep the traction out there, so any bait, obviously the pellets will dissolve, leaving the traction there, and then obviously your hook baits amongst that traction. So it's just a case of trying not to feed them off, but to put the traction out to draw them in. So yeah. Cold start to the new year. Thank God I've got a cover. Right, that'll do, I'm off and on now, so what I'll do, I'll leave it there. Unless anything exciting happen or whatever. Catch up in the morning. I can just sit here and watch the water, drink my coffee. Well, good morning. Nothing happened last night except my left rod had a little beep on it, a little back bite and drop back, or a little line bite you call it. It's now 8:30. Been up since 7 o'clock, first light, wish. And I've just been watching it there, see if there's any activity or anything whatsoever, which unfortunately nothing happened. The kettle is on, believe it or not. Cold water and gas don't, cold temperatures and gas don't mix very well. I've got a trickle of heat pumping out, so that may take a bit of time. And yeah, it's not been too bad. So you know, peek out there, look for yourself then. Right, so there you go, that's my view. Obviously, as you can see, the door has been up just to keep that bit of extra cold out. It's pretty much view. I've got a bush to my right, and then I've got a little bit of an area around there to look around into. The rods haven't moved. I left them there last night, so in around the area they're going to be in around the area. The left one is over where I showed before, and the right one is in the middle, in line. Where are we? In line. That swim there, and on that corner, got meat in the middle. See some bubbles, big carp bubbles come up. Not a lot, just a small group. Yesterday, what was it? The morning before, or more the afternoon when I come down, which I think was Tuesday. And yesterday, I can't remember if it's morning or afternoon, but there was bubbles there. So that's where we baited. So I wonder if it's a little feed spot, and that's where they are. Fortunately for me, summertime isn't too bad. because I know my 2 little spots I can go and I can produce. Winter time, I've got no idea. I don't know much about the lake underneath. I know there's gravel patches, and I also know that there is silt patches as well, or silt beds, or what you want to call it. But where they huddle up in the winter time, I don't know. Don't know if I'm in the right spots or whatsoever. If the winter time in here for me is a learning curve. I put a little bit of mix out over in 2 spots. Nothing happened. Changed my spots because I saw the bubble and I thought, well, I'll stick one over there, which is over there. So out there, and I thought I'd try the reeds just in case they find a little warm patch in there. But obviously they haven't. So that's all I can really say at the minute, apart from have a cup of coffee, a bit of breakfast, and until I bring the rods in, we're standing to see a blank, which, like I said before, I knew anyway. It's hard enough in the summertime, it's got to be even harder in the winter time. So on that note, I will call it there for now before I pack up, in case we have one before I go. My kettle is finally boiled. Breakfast has all been and done and dusted, and as you can see, still not much has happened, except over there we had a little pike splash, so the pike are now active. They weren't last night. Over there, where are we? Yeah, about there. You can touch the pike, all that one jump out the way, and obviously then you get the swirl. Over there at the back as well, there's a bit of activity. I missed it. I just see the ripples, and that is over my baited my little fruit salad popper. So whether it's a carp or a pike, I have no idea. Like I say, it's been quite cold. It's overcast at the minute. It's a bit of a nip in the air as well. Got the wind pushing this way, so I'm starting to think I should have been over there, but the wind has changed direction since I've been here. However, nothing to adjourn, which is a shame, but what I will say is that little beast there has kept me warm, safe, and very, very comfortable in my session I've been down here, despite me having a blank. Well, as you can see, we're all packed away, fair enough. Rods, the last thing to come in is to come to 11 o'clock. Surprisingly, it has warmed up a little bit. Wind is sort of coming this way, and I still have nothing. Never mind, it's fishing. I've had a good session so far. It's been quite nice to fish on New Year's, throughout the New Year. Sorry I didn't get a New Year's cup of coffee with, but I was nodded off. Never mind, it's been nice. I've enjoyed myself. I've had fun. I'm not so keen on the long dark hours as opposed to the light, but it is that time of year. How we are into January, so it's going to get colder. Should in theory get lighter, so that's always a bonus. However, I hope you had a nice New Year, and if you've got this, thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully, sort of in a way, it has been reasonably enjoyable, this video, though I have, like, again blank, but that's fishing for. You can't catch every time, and you can't force them to feed. So this time around, I can now walk away with a bit of knowledge, or a bit more knowledge of this place. I've been asked about how the lake lay out, so I do have a little bit more game knowledge, which I will show you next time. When I'll be here again, who knows? If it ain't going to be later in the wintry months, it's definitely going to be in the spring, probably spring or summer, like they normally do, once a year job. Who knows, I may return back next year, but we'll see how it pans out, and we'll go from there. So I'm waffling on. It's now come to 11 o'clock. Everything else is pretty much ready to go, except for the rods. So once I get that sorted out, see you next time. hopefully. So you can watch them.